The city never slept. Lights were shining, streets were racing, and on the top floor of a 60-story glass building, a man was standing. Rajveer Malhotra, coffee in his hand, strictness on his face, and worry in his eyes. The whole city was in front of him, but his focus was somewhere else. On his son. Rajveer had built everything in life on his own. He was once poor, came from a small village. But today, multi-million-dollar company, luxury houses, private jets. He had everything. But his biggest weakness was his son. Aryan, 19 years old, handsome, rich, careless. For him life was a party. Waking up at 12 noon. Going to clubs at night. Spending money on friends. His phone had only one message. Dad, I need money. One day Rajveer stopped Aryan. Rajveer angrily said, you are destroying your life. Aryan laughed and said, relax Dad, we have money, everything is fine. Rajveer's heart broke. He understood words will not work anymore. Now it was time to teach a lesson. That night Rajveer made a decision. The hardest decision for a father. Rajveer called Aryan to the office. Aryan came casually. But today the atmosphere was different. The room was silent. Rajveer's eyes were cold. He said, from today you are not my son. Aryan laughed and said, nice joke Dad. Rajveer threw an envelope on the table. Inside were $10,000. He said, these are your last money, now learn to live on your own. Aryan was shocked. He thought it was a prank. But cards blocked, accounts frozen, friends unreachable. Now the truth was clear. For the first few days Aryan stayed in a luxury hotel. Expensive food parties. He thought everything was normal. But after 2 weeks money finished. He was thrown out of the hotel. Now no home, no money, no friends. A cold night in New York. It was raining. Aryan was sitting on a bench. Hungry, scared. For the first time he thought, I have destroyed my life. Aryan went to find a job. But no experience, no skill. Rejection everywhere. One man said, you do not know how to work, you only know how to waste money. Finally a small restaurant gave him a job. Dishwashing. Dirty, smelly dishes. On the first day his hands were shaking. This was the same boy who once lived a luxury life. At night Aryan was sleeping on the ground. Tears in his eyes. Dad was right, I am nothing. The next day Aryan made a decision. I will not give up. He started working hard every day. No complaints, no excuses. Slowly he started learning work. Started understanding people. The boy who never knew the meaning of hard work was now learning to fight life. At 5 in the morning the restaurant was not even open. But Aryan was there. Cold air, tired body. But this time no defeat in his eyes. There was fire to do something. Now Aryan was not just washing dishes. He observed the chef, learned how waiters talk, understood what customers like. The restaurant owner Mr. Thomas was silently watching Aryan. One day he asked, what did you do before? Aryan stayed quiet, then slowly said, I only wasted money. Mr. Thomas smiled and said, good, now you are learning to earn. One day suddenly the restaurant got busy. There were fewer waiters. Mr. Thomas called Aryan and asked, can you handle tables? Aryan was nervous but he said yes. For the first time he was standing in front of customers. Taking orders, talking. There were some mistakes. Water spilled, wrong order. But one thing was clear, he was trying. Slowly Aryan started improving. His communication became better. He started making customers happy. Now he started getting tips. Small ones. But for him that was his first earning, which he earned himself. At night Aryan was counting money. There were tears in his eyes. These $50 are more valuable than millions for me. But every night one question troubled him. Why did Dad do this? He was angry, he was hurt. But now he was starting to understand. Life is not easy. Now Aryan had changed. He was punctual, responsible, hardworking. Mr. Thomas called him. You are not a dishwasher anymore. Aryan became assistant manager. Now Aryan started believing in himself. I can do it, I can become something. He started saving money. Every tip, every salary. Now his goal was to do something of his own. One day Aryan was walking on the street. He saw a small food truck with a long line of people. An idea came to his mind, what if I do this too? That night he could not sleep. Next day Aryan talked to Mr. Thomas. I want to start my own food truck. Mr. Thomas smiled and said, finally you are on the right path. He guided Aryan how to cook food, how to run a business. After 1 year of hard work, Aryan bought a small food truck. No luxury, simple setup, limited menu. But a big dream in his heart. On the first day no customers came. On the second day only 2 customers. Aryan started breaking. Am I failing again? He told himself, this time I will not run. He stood there every day. In rain, in cold, in heat. Slowly people started coming. They liked the taste. After 3 months his daily sales increased. Regular customers started coming. People said this guy's food is amazing. Aryan smiled because it was his hard work. The boy who knew nothing was now building his own business. After 1 year the same streets of New York. But now a small food truck with a long line outside. It was written on the truck, Aryan's Street Bites. Aryan was not the same anymore. Simple clothes, confidence on his face. Hard work shining in his eyes. Smile with every customer. Dedication in every plate. Slowly his food truck became famous. People praised him on social media. Daily income increased. Now Aryan was not just surviving. He was growing. A black luxury car slowly stopped in front of his truck. Aryan did not notice he was busy in his work. The car door opened. A man stepped out. Simple suit, strong personality. As soon as Aryan looked up he froze. Rajveer Malhotra. Their eyes met. A father on one side, a son on the other. For a few seconds the world stopped. A storm of emotions inside Aryan. Anger, pain, questions. Aryan asked, why are you here now? Rajveer was calm. Aryan angrily said, when I needed you the most, where were you? I was on the streets hungry alone and you just kept watching. Rajveer took a deep breath and said, I was watching you every day. Aryan was shocked. Rajveer said, wherever you were I was watching your every struggle from far. But if I helped you, you would never become strong. Rajveer stepped forward and said, I did not want you to chase my wealth. I wanted you to build your own identity. Tears filled Aryan's eyes. Rajveer said, if I had given you everything you would have lost it. But today what you have, you earned it yourself, and that is the real victory. Aryan could not hold himself. Tears started falling from his eyes. He said, Dad, I thought you left me. Rajveer hugged him and said, I did not leave you, I built you. After that day Aryan's business grew more. He opened many food trucks, then built a restaurant chain. But now he had no attitude. He respected every worker. He understood every struggle. Sometimes the greatest love is hidden behind the toughest decisions. Real wealth is not in money, it is in building yourself.